Welcome to 5 Random Minutes with Benjamin, where stories have no rules, only imagination. Sit back and get ready for something unexpected. Ramón had a clear plan for that day: wash his car and go to work as a taxi driver. What he didn't know was that a simple visit from his nephew would turn that afternoon into something he'd never forget. This story is entirely fictional, but it could happen to anyone. Ramón was 45, married, responsible, and that day he was washing his car like always before heading out to work. He was almost done drying it when his 22-year-old nephew, Miguel, showed up, full of that restless energy only those without bills to pay seem to have. "Uncle Ramón, let's go visit some girls. There's one for you, too." "Miguel, man, I need to work. I've got to buy groceries. I don't have time for that." But Miguel didn't give up so easily. "There are 2 beautiful girls, one for me, one for you. Just say hi. If you're not interested, we leave." Ramón, who was married to Patricia, a young and pretty woman of 27, wasn't convinced. Then Miguel came up with a more practical idea. "Uncle, pretend it's a taxi ride. I'll pay you. I'd rather give the money to you than someone else." That made Ramón smile. "All right, Miguelito, if you're paying me, I'll take you. But I'd drop you off and go. Got work to do." So they headed off. The destination, a house 80 kilometers away. "Hey, Miguel, this ain't a ride. This is an interstate trip." "Relax, Uncle. Charge me whatever you think is fair." They arrived at the house. Miguel hopped out excitedly and yelled, "Manuela?" A pretty 19-year-old girl appeared, smiling. She greeted them warmly. "Uncle, how much a ride?" $50, nephew." "Perfect. Come inside for a bit while I call a friend who owes me. He'll bring the money." Ramón stepped inside, a little wary. Inside were Jimena, a 21-year-old girl, and Aunt Claudia, a 52-year-old widow with a patio set up like a small backyard bar, where she sold beers to get by. "Come on to the patio. I'll treat you to a beer." "No, ma'am. Thank you. I'm driving. I just came for work." But Miguel insisted. "Come on, Uncle, I'm paying. Just relax a bit." And so they did. They went to the patio. Claudia played music. They laughed, told jokes, and the beer started doing their job. Soon after, Luis showed up, a friend of Miguel's, who already had a thing with Jimena. Ramón, seeing the setup, "All right, it's all clear now. 2 couples. Pay me my fare, and I'll be on my way." But Miguel said, "Uncle, now I need you to drive us to a party. We'll continue with the girls there. I'll pay extra, don't worry." Ramón was already tipsy. He hesitated, but agreed. Then Claudia stood up and said, "Hold on. If you're going, I'm going too. Or no one's going." Ramón swallowed hard. Claudia was not his type at all. Older, oddly shaped, and all he could think about was his wife. But with some alcohol, no filters, and the promise of more money and beer, he gave in. "All right, let's go." And off they went to the party, dancing, laughing, having fun. Ramón got home drunk and very late. Patricia, his wife, yelled and scolded him. The only thing that calmed her a bit was that he brought home grocery money. But from that day on, Ramón was never the same. One night, sleeping beside Patricia, he had a nightmare. He dreamed Claudia jumped on him with a terrifying laugh. "Ramón! Ramón!" He woke up screaming. Patricia, terrified. "Ramón! What's going on?" He didn't know what to say. He just hugged her tight. And in his mind, he made a firm promise. "I'm never going back to that house, not even for double the money." Ramón learned that sometimes a harmless favor can take you down strange paths or into backyards you should have never entered. What about you? What would you have done in his place? Would you have stayed with Aunt Claudia? Tell me in the comments. I'm Benjamin, and this was 5 Random Minutes. If you liked this made-up story, give it a like, share it, and subscribe. And remember, anything can happen on this channel. See you in the next episode.